What is up, YouTube? This is before, here, after. This dude's up here tripping. Y'all can't hear him. What's up, y'all? What's up? I'm just out here. Hold on, let me just kind of pan down. Can I pan down real quick? Just like, there we go. Alright, I don't know. Hold on. This thing's kind of being weird. I got this little zoomer thing, this little panning thing. Trying to make it point down for y'all. If I can. Hold on. Let me try this again. Alright. Anyways, I'm barefoot. Basically, what I was trying to say. Birthday, as usual. Walking around, about to make this little video for y'all, and we're gonna talk about something serious, something everyone can use some more light and knowledge and insight on, which is alkaline eating plant-based, alkaline, and being pretty strict with it, right? So I know I mentioned previously on my YouTube channel about cheat meals, and I don't think there's anything wrong with cheat meals, because I have cheat meals, and it's almost like when I have that period of time when I crave and I desire those things, I let myself indulge. But it's very specific periods of time in my life where I'll let myself do that. Very specific. But most of the time, for the past week or so, I've been learning to stay eating alkaline plant-based, which isn't easy, especially when you've been eating bullshit most of your life. So right now I'm gonna come on this video to talk about my experience with the alkaline plant-based diet and why I think that the alkaline plant-based diet is literally gonna be your redemption to your life. Okay, so for example, you're walking around with crystal clear clairvoyance, so your intuition is heightened to like hella high, okay? And you feel on top of the world. And it's not just something I'm saying just to say it. I literally mean you feel so powerful. You feel like you're Super Saiyan all the time, because the junk that keeps your DNA from being at its highest potential isn't blocking you anymore as much. That's why when you go sun gazing, your pineal gland starts to decalcify, because you're getting light and food straight from the source. Plants eat the sun. We are genetically very similar to plants. So when you start eating more from the source, okay, so where do, for example, animals get their protein? Animals get their protein from, unless they're carnivores, from plants. There's a lot of animals, very strong animals, that literally eat plants, right? So if you want to be in your most highest potential genetic makeup, basically as a human being, you came here with a very powerful potential. Now, when you eat things like meat, when you eat things like dairy, when you eat things like cheese, when you eat those things, right, it literally blocks your DNA from vibrating this high. So normally you'd be vibrating this high, let's say, because of all the nonsense you're eating. But because now you start eating alkaline, it's bringing you more in line to your natural high potential state. So you're gonna be jumping from here to here. So what's gonna happen is when you start eating alkaline plant-based, there's gonna be a transition in how you feel and how you think and the way you operate. And that is if you're doing it right. What does that mean, doing it right? How do you eat on a plant-based alkaline regimen the correct way? Well, first of all, what you should be taking into account is, if you're anywhere similar to my experiences, I've been eating pretty much junk for most of my life, okay? So if you want to clear out that junk that you've been eating for most of your life, it's gonna take a lot of detoxification, okay? All right, so how do we detoxify the body? So I'm gonna get into this by not only saying you're not only detoxifying the body, okay, pay attention to this, you're actually also detoxifying the spirit at a core functional level. Why? Because the spirit has experienced a lot of trauma, internal trauma, by all the nonsense you're putting in there. That junk food keeps your DNA at a low level. So that in itself is spiritual trauma that you go through. Not only, for example, if you may have went through child abuse, you may have been through child neglect from your parents or some family members, you may have gone through sexual trauma, okay? You may have gone through these physical experiences and these realities. Now that's trauma, but there's also there's like other kinds of trauma. There's internal trauma. Internal trauma is where you literally beat yourself up. For example, over years and years and years, I'm literally gonna talk myself down because I had this one experience in my childhood. So let's say I wanna start a new business and make some money. Well, I'm gonna basically in my subconscious mind keep myself from making money and getting even close to earning the type of wealth and income that I consciously desire. I won't even get close because I'm always gonna pull myself back. When I get close to the finish line, when I taste an experience of maybe getting even closer, even experiencing what I desire, I'm always gonna self-sabotage myself. Why? Because I'm literally tied up to that trauma from my childhood, okay? That trauma from the childhood is like an anchor pulling me down that won't let me stream and beam to the goal that I desire, and I so like from my depths of my being that I want, okay? Because if you're a spiritual being right now doing your work, I know that you want abundance, you want a good life for yourself and those around you, and you're thinking about high intentions of love, prosperity, unification of brothers and sisters alike, like-minded, and you just want to see the world in a better place. Who doesn't want that, right? Okay, so your trauma, a lot of your trauma comes from a lot of the foods and the intake and the bullshit chemical GMO toxins you've been putting in your body, okay? And you've been doing this for, and if you're anything like me, most of your life, a lot of your years. It's gonna take a good amount of detoxification to let it out, to get it out, to clear out basically your karma. It's almost like serving your karma. When you're detoxifying, you're gonna go through side effects. You're gonna get depressed. You might, definitely, you're probably gonna experience depression. You're gonna experience hardships. You're gonna experience basically like, it's gonna be very uncomfortable. You're not gonna enjoy this. This is not an experience that is just like walking on candy and like everything's beautiful. No, this is hard stuff. That's why so little people actually do it. But when you actually get to the point where you're consistently basically you're your own cheerleader and you support your own decisions in your life because you know they're the best for not only you but those around you, and it's gonna help elevate your consciousness. Okay, so in the next video that I'm gonna post, I'm actually gonna get into scientific facts and studies on alkaline eating and diets, and I'll make another future video on what you can eat. But I just wanted to make this real quick video right now talking about why it's important to, in the first place, spiritually, to detoxify and to eat alkaline plant-based, because it gets you to a place where you're literally a Super Saiyan because you're coming back into your natural high vibrating state. Okay, your DNA is coming back to its fullest potential. All right, anyways guys, that's all I gotta say for now. Y'all take care. I'm just here before, I'm here now, and I'll damn straight be here after, baby. Peace.